Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Namiji. Namiji is a game designed by Antoine Bauza, published by Funforge. Plays, is it on this box? Probably not, because the box is real sleek. I think 2 to 5. I'm not sure if it's 1 to 5. Let me check it out to make sure. Show me something. Show me something. Show me something. It's probably on the back of the box, and I don't have that. I think it's 2 to 5 players. I don't think there's a solo game. 2 to 5 players, probably in around 60 minutes or so if you're playing slow. And I can't find the age either, because I'm not good at these videos apparently. I don't know. My daughter could probably play this, so I'll say 9. And effectively what you're doing in this is you are a fisherman. Let's see if there's any theme in here. You're anglers from the Japan of yesteryear. You will set sail south of the Japanese archipelago, a few miles away from the famous Tokaido road. To win the game, you must aim for the most fruitful experience on your sea journey. So, speaking of Tokaido, this is the sequel or 1.5 version of a game called Tokaido, which will look very similar to that box that I showed you. And if you watch the playthrough, which you can click the link in the video description, you'll see that the board looks very familiar to that game too, if you're familiar with it. So, yeah, it's move around the board, trying to collect different types of cards, do some fishing, get rid of these little tokens on your board to try to score the most points. And the cool thing about this, whoever's farthest back on the track gets to take the turn. So if someone really wants something, they move far ahead, they're going to be sitting a while they're waiting on everybody else to catch up to them and get ahead of them before they can go again. That's the Tokaido mechanism, or ratchet, or whatever, I don't know. Whoever's last goes first, that kind of thing. So if you want to see how the game works, click the link in the video description. Otherwise, let's look at the components. The components are fantastic, spoiler, and I'm not going to show you the board because it's huge, and I would have to clear everything off this table to do that, but I'll show you some other stuff. First, the box again. This box is amazing. I love the huge koi fish right here. It looks fantastic. The artist is... I can't see it. Naide. I probably said that incorrectly, but it's the same artist from Tokaido. Love the art. Fantastic. Now let's look at the rest of the components. The card stock is pretty nice, with the exception of these panoramas. I hate these panorama cards. They're really sharp. They're like Hasbro. They were like stuck together, and I had to pull them apart. They're like, it feels like I'm playing Candyland. I hate this. I don't know why you're still doing this. Make them like these cards, regular cards. I hate this. But other than that, the art's fantastic on them. You know, that's a great picture. The octopus, this is cards 1 and 2. Makes a sweet picture like that. Love the art. The tokens are fantastic. The fish are silly looking. Love it. Nice thick cardboard. These blessing tokens are really nice. The boats are fantastic. Little boats here. The player board is excellent quality as well. Nice and thick, no warping. Really nice components overall, other than these cards. These cards are hot garbage. The crustacean tokens come in this bag, which is pretty nice. It's a nice bag. Crustacean tokens are thick because you're going to be getting in there an awful lot. So, you know, they want to feel good, and they feel good. Lots of fish tokens, tons of them. I don't know if you can see them in there, but there's a tons of fish tokens in there. Great components. Love it. Love the art. Sacred art cards. Those look fantastic as well. Top-notch components, but these are really going to bump them down because these are garbage. And we'll talk to that when we get to the final thoughts, but these stink. All right. Well, drop them on the floor. So those are the components. So angry I do it on the floor. Let's move on and talk about what we think about the game. I've never been the biggest fan of Tokaido, but I like it. I'll play it. It's an interesting concept. It just always feels like you're moving just to the next available space. So the game's kind of playing you. You're just moving and you get what you get. Now, this one still has that a little bit, but because there's the fishing, the net fishing, the crustaceans, some of the bases are a little more tempting to maybe jump ahead to get, as opposed to just following the path and getting what you get. And I like that. I think this offers more of a game. There's the fish puzzle that you can do on here, which is nice. You can focus hard on this. You can ignore it altogether. You can try to get a ton of sacred rocks so you can score points that way. You can work on the crustaceans and trying to get a bunch of points by getting crustaceans out of that bag. Lots of different things to do to score points in this, as opposed to just going to the next base and seeing what you get. Now, there's still the panoramas where you're trying to paint the pictures, all that kind of thing. But it just offers a little more variety, in my opinion, than Tokaido, and makes it feel a little more gamery. Not a ton. This is still a super light game, but it makes me feel like I have more agency and more stuff to do on my turn. So I like this better than Tokaido. I would probably play this over Tokaido every time. And not saying you can't have Tokaido in your collection, but for me, this does everything Tokaido does, adds other things, and makes it better. Now, this is going to get a BGM accepted seal. It would probably get an 8 out of 10. But because I hate these cards so much, I'm knocking it down a whole point. So this is going to get a 7 out of 10 on rating, so BGM accepted, which is a 3.5 out of 5 ranges. On our arbitrary rent scale, that means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy. And you got to do better. These cards are awful. They're pointy. They hurt. You rip them apart. Feels like you're playing a Hasbro game, and I'm just not having it anymore. You had your chance to correct it in here. You did it in Tokaido. You had your chance. You still did it. And it's inexcusable. So, that's it. So that's Namiji from Funforge. I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.